What is going on, guys? Shootmaster22 here, and welcome back to the Noob journey. This is race number 1 of the season. We had a few problems last week, so we are actually starting this week instead of last week. But today we are in China, one of my favourite circuits on the calendar. But I'm just going to introduce my co-commentator, the man, the myth, the legend, the Twitter banner master, Rixon. How are you doing today, pal?
I am good, mate. Looking forward to this one. Second attempt at the season opener. You know how the first one went. Not very well. This game is still broken. So we're still... I think most leagues, Chuk, are still in the testing phase. But looking forward to a good race. Like I said, China's one of your stronger tracks. One of my weaker ones. I'm quite happy that I'm not out there driving. But I'm hoping for a bit of rain, actually, to spice things up.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a bit of rain, make it more spicy and make the race exciting. Yeah, like I said, this is one of my favourite tracks. Actually, one here in Season 1 of the Noob Journey was a little bit gifted with the win. But first things first,
I'm sorry, a tiny bit gifted.
Okay,
no.
Well, that's a debate. Well, that's a debate.
Handed on a silver platter.
We'll debate that for another time, Rixon. But before we get started, I'll hand you over to Jamie183 to take you through the quality report.
So here we are for Season 3 of the Noob Journey. It's round 1 from the Chinese Grand Prix from Shanghai, the international circuit, and it should be a very exciting qualifying session here from the Chinese Grand Prix. First off, we have Charlie0412, who qualified in 8th place, 9 seconds off the pole time with a 5 grid penalty, so he must have had some sort of incident in qualifying somewhere, so unfortunate for Charlie, but he'll be starting very low down the order with that penalty and not a very good lap at all, 9 seconds off the pace. But here we have Frobo, who is one of the faster drivers on the grid, qualified on pole position in his McLaren with a 1:36.3, very good lap there from him, with Factual Impala now struggling to go through turn 1 very well at all, and in his Toro Rosso, and unfortunately he qualified 6th place, a decent lap, only 2 seconds off the pole time in 6th place on a set of super soft tyres, and his Gods Among Us now also struggling to go through turn 1 and 2 very well, but he didn't set a time unfortunately in his Force India. Will be starting 11th place, so not too good for him, but he's had free choice of tyres for the race. And here is Causa, another slightly quicker driver in the tier, and he is starting, he actually didn't set a time in qualifying, which is unusual because I'm pretty sure he wants to set a time, but still didn't set a time. And here we are the full results. Frobo Jobo in pole with December less than a tenth off the pace, with Rodsters in 3rd in the other Mercedes car, 3 tenths off the pace with Unzi, Jonesy, Factory Impala 6th, with Buttius Krakier 7th, Charlie, Jack Spark, some nerd, didn't set a time actually, with Gods Among Us and Causa rounding out the grid for the Chinese Grand Prix. And I'll now hand you back to main commentators.
So we are here on race day at China, and I am unfortunately in a car. I made a mistake and didn't click spectate, so I'm in the middle of the grid, as you can see on screen. So this should be an interesting start, Rixon.
Yeah, I mean, they brought in the new feature, Chuk, so you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But you've got to do it anyway, which is fair game. But as we do as always, Chuk, I just want to get your who you think's going to come first, second, and third. Let's have your podium.
Okay, I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with the pole sitter and say Frobo's going to win, with Rodsters second, and it's going to be a bold prediction, but I'm going to put Causa 3rd. You did get 2nd in pre-season.
So you're completely... You don't think Ken, who's in 2nd place, you don't think he can hold that place? You think he'll bottle it?
Well, I'd like to see Ken do it, but I think Ken is more reliable than quick. So we'll have to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yourself?
Yeah. It's believable. So last time I went for Rudsters again with my tweet, but obviously nobody saw that race. So I'm gonna go for Rudsters to win again, and then I'm gonna go Ken in 2nd, who I'm on board with now, as we're going around the formation. Now 3rd, I'm gonna go Frobo Jobo because he looks. I mean, it's quite even. It's quite nice. Everybody's quite close, but I think Frobo can just jump on the podium in 3rd. So, It's going to be close. There's a lot of close cars here as we come into the end of the formation lap now, Cheek. And I'm not sure how you're going to fare on avoiding crashes.
Yeah, that's going to be
off the grid.
I have actually managed to get all the way around there, Rixon. Unlike you last season, I managed to get around on a pad. So,
let's not talk about last season when I couldn't even make it around the formation lap, and people were sending me DMs on Twitter telling me to hurry up as I was all over the place on the pad.
Yeah, so I'll hand it over to you to start off the race because I can't see the start.
Yeah, so the cars are coming up onto the grid now. Honda in first, closely followed by Mercedes. As the last few cars lining up on the grid now, as a Sauber pointing out very wide to the inside line. As we're waiting for the lights to come on now. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. Frobo Jobo gets a very, very nice start from pole, but it looks like the Mercedes behind him of the Roadsters gets actually a poor start. He's side by side with his teammate as he's actually pipped him going into turn number 2. Unzi, I'm on board now in the Sauber. Relatively new, was a backup driver, but we brought him up in the Sauber, holding on very well to the 2 Mercedes up top of Sasemba and the Roadsters as Ken has actually made a move for second place, it looks like. Managed to get back past Roadsters for second place. He's now closing down Frobo. Everybody coming out of the hairpin gets the same amount of oversteer. It's very odd. It seems that they're all following each other line for line on this first lap, Cheek. And I'm not sure if you saw any carnage from where you were, but it looked like it was a very clean start.
The only carnage I saw, Rixon, was Gods went backwards before the lights started going out and then got disqualified instantly. So I'm not sure what went on with his lag. But the only issue I've seen currently is Charlie going wide and losing a place to Causa. So, but it's a pretty clean start. We've only had 1 disqualification so far. So it should be interesting as, who is that? That's some nerd going sideways and managed to get, just about make it around the snail in the 3rd sector.
Yeah, so there's a little nice battle here. I'm not sure if you want to join on this for 4th place between Unzi and Jonesy. With 2 very close names there. One in a Sauber, one in a Williams, coming into the hairpin. Looks like the Sauber of Unzi has held him off for now, as now the Saubers are battling, Cheek. You want to get on board with this. Sasemba and Roadsters. Now we both know the Roadsters quick. Can he make a move and catch it with Frobo Jobo, who is now pulling away in the lead?
Yeah, it's going to be a good battle. A difficult turn 1, as the Roadsters goes off, going around turn 1 on the grass on the inside line, and it pushes them out wide. But turn 1 is a very difficult corner to make, but he tries to go around the outside of Sasemba. Can he pull it off? He tries to do the cutback. Camera's delayed. I can't see what's happening. But no, he doesn't do it. And Unzi's all over the back of him now. So that's going to be close as they come down to turn number 4. No, actually, Rogers did get him. The helmet changed colour for me on my screen. I do apologise for those who are watching. As Jack Sparr has left the session. I don't know if you saw that, Rixon. I think he might have crashed or lagged out. I can't 100% say what happened.
Yeah, so I've just seen some nerd going backwards who's not sure where he was before, but he's down in 9th. We haven't got very many runners out today, which is unfortunate, but we've got 10 runners left, which is a shame. Butchie is cracky, which means everybody's getting points today, regardless of where they finish. But some nerd and oh no, not some nerd, sorry, Factual Impala and Charlie battling for P7. Some of the only left Season 1 noobs who are somehow still shit. I don't get how that works. But there's definitely a battle brewing here as Charlie's desperate to get past Factual. But Factual is improving drastically. Looks like he's going to be very good by the end of this game's life cycle. Charlie coming down the back straight, looking for a move. He's too far back. Factual's he's very good at keeping it on the track, which is something I never thought I'd say to you.
Yeah, that's... I wouldn't say that when he was racing in Season 1. But we've got Semba is all over the back of Rogers as they come over the line. He goes trying to go around the outside of turn 1, he back to the inside. Doesn't manage to do it, unfortunately. But Frobo is getting a lead here, and Unzi is coming into play as well. But the top 3, it's 2nd, 3rd and 4th, battling away here. They're just allowing Frobo to... Oh, there's contact into Semba and Unzi.
Oh, there's a bit of a collision there.
Dear me.
Is that Sasemba?
Oh, and he's off.
That's Sasemba around.
Unzi's letting him through.
What a shame.
We'd like to see that in the noob journey.
What a shame for Ken.
Yeah.
But still,
Pods.
we are here for crashes.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Jonesy is up to third place now. It's the first time he's been on the podium. So will he be able to do it, or will he bottle it? We'll have to wait and find out what he can do.
Only a couple of corners time though.
Yeah, just still on board with the leaders. We actually only got 10 runners, Rixon, so whoever finishes now will get points. So just on board with Frobo, Jobo and Rudsters. Of course, DRS is now enabled, so Rudsters should be able to catch Frobo sooner rather than later, as long as Frobo doesn't wreck his tyres, which he did, into the hairpin as they go on to lap number 4. Is Charlie and Factual's that battle continuing, or are they spread out, Rixon?
Well, Charlie got DRS, but Factual seems a lot more confident on the brakes going into the hairpin trick, and he gets much better exit. So Factual clearly been doing his research about obviously changing gears earlier coming out of corners, and so he's been able to get the better traction and pull away from Charlie. But Charlie's still there, he's still fighting. I think he's still within the second, maybe just outside the second, but Factual is making mistakes, so there is a way for Charlie to get back into this fight.
Yeah, so on board with actually Jonesy is back in the 5th place now. Jeez, what has happened to him? And
as Unzi has just hung it right round the outside of Sasemba. Looks like Sasemba though took the inside line. It's not going to work, as Unzi gets an amazing exit coming out of the first hairpin. It looks like Unzi's got the move done on Sasemba, which is an absolute shocker, because I thought Sasemba would do very well here. It's not over yet though. Got to remember, Unzi is on those soft tyres, Chuk. But it looks like he's made the move done for now until the back straight, where I think the majority of the moves are going to happen today.
yeah, definitely a lot of people are going to be using that DRS to their advantage today. Of course, DRS is still a bit funny on this game compared to the overpowered on the last game. So just on board with Frobo Jobo.
Oh, Ken's ran very wide. Oh, and Ken's in the gravel. What a shame.
Dear.
He hit coming out of the snail section. He got his front left on the curb a little bit too much and just went flying. Lost the back end. And he's down to 6th place now, Chief.
Yeah, as Charlie and Factual going side by side. Is Ken going to get in the way? Oh, it's 3 abreast going down the straight. This is incredible. Who's going to break first? Oh, is Ken... Oh, Ken somehow managed to do it. And Factual goes up his inside. And Charlie, Ken is back down to 8th place, Rixon. What a nightmare of a lap for December.
What a
And he's
shocker.
left the session. I don't know what's gone. I think he just
The
quit.
rage quit. I quite like that. I quite like that. But some cars coming into the pits now.
Charlie.
We've got Charlie is in. There's a Rudsters has come in and fitted the soft tyres, and he's into 5th. He's managed to just get out in front of Factual Impala, who is now in 6th place. And Unzi is holding his own in the soft tyres. With I'm guessing Frobo's coming into the pits at the end of this lap, maybe the end of lap 6. But that will put Unzi into the lead of the race. The dark horse, as he's struggling a little. Oh my god, I'm not sure if you just saw that. Very dangerous moment from himself there, but he caught that very, very well. He's looking promising, Unzi.
Yeah, definitely. And he will, like you said, Rixon, is the net race leader because he hasn't, well, he's on the stronger tyre. So Jonesy behind him is on the same set of tyres, and Corsa is now up into 4th place with the pit stops and with Sasemba running wide. But he is on the soft tyre, so he'll be out the sort of same amount of time as Unzi. We've got the Rudsters in 5th after pitting on. He's on soft tyres. Semba is back, so he hasn't rage quit. So that is good to see. Factory Impala is in 6th. Charlie down in 7th after pitting. Some Nerd is up in 8th. Semba 9th. And that we've only got 9 runners as Frobo Jobo comes into the pits, Rixon.
I've actually just been on Twitter, Cheek, and seeing what some of the guys are saying. Apparently God's glitched, and it started him backwards.
Yes.
On the grid. Hence why he got the penalty and then ultimately got DQ'd. But how is this game so broken that it allows him to start backwards? I don't understand how that can happen.
Yeah, I know.
But fair play to Codemasters. Solid game. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly ready for league racing.
Oh,
perfectly. Nothing at all wrong with it.
Yeah, there's so many problems with this game currently, as I've mentioned in multiple videos, and I'm sure other people have mentioned it multiple times as well on Twitter and all sorts of social media. And it's just awful to see. You know, you pay £40-50 for a game and it's broken, which is, and we're on patch 1.7 already. You know, it's awful. But back to the race, we've got Frobo right on the tail of Rudsters here. He's in the DRS zone. They're on opposite tyres. Oh no, sorry, they're on the same tyres. I do apologise, but Rudster's brakes nice and early. Frobo's still behind him as Rudster's going very sideways out of the hairpin, going round the final bend. Who is ahead of that? That's Mr. Alex Corsa is ahead of them. Is he going to get in the way? No, he's a good second ahead of these guys. But Frobo is all over the back of the Rudsters in the DRS zone over onto lap number 7. Does he move for the inside? No, he stays behind him for this. Around this big right-hander. Very difficult as Frobo goes miles wide there into the gravel trap.
Very wide there.
Oh dear, he has bottled it massively there, and now he's got a lot of good 3-4 seconds to the Rudsters now, so he's going to be kicking himself for that, Rixon.
Factual Impala is in the pits. Sorry to just cut you in there, but it looks like the super soft runners, this is going to be their last chance. There's a Rudsters all over the back of Corsa now. He's a sitting duck as Corsa knows not to battle him too hard. Although saying that, the long swooping left, he's up his inside. No, he isn't. Rudster's clearly the supreme, he's got the supreme tyres and has overtaken him like he wasn't even there. So Rudster's making moves. He's determined to win the race, and now with Frobo Jobo out of the equation, it's really Unzi's to lose at this point. And I can confirm there's rain in Sector 3. Rain in Sector 3.
No.
It's all kicking off.
No! When we looked,
it's all kicking off.
When we looked earlier, the viewers, there was no rain. So it's weird that we have rain now. So that is, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
So I'm just thinking of some strategy calls here. Those soft tyres can go a while if Unzi is careful on them. Can he or will he hold off until the rain? Obviously, we can't call Jeff, so we don't know. But is something going on in that Sauber cockpit that we don't know about? And Jeff is feeding Unzi that vital knowledge to win this race from out of nowhere.
Interestingly,
we'll find out.
Jonesy is coming to the pits now. He's on the super soft. He managed to make them last 8 laps, which is amazing. Is he what tyres? He is going on to intermediate tyres
on inters.
Already. Gee, that is very, very bold. If he pulls this off, call of the season and calling it now, Rixon. If this works,
If you want to win a race, you make a call like that. Yeah. And if you're down in 8th or 9th place and you're guaranteed points, why not do it? Why not go for it and try and win the race from out of nowhere? As I'm saying that I'm on board with Ken, and the rain is really coming down now. It's definitely, as Rudster's really struggling, does very well to hold it though, Cheek. And it's going to rain. It's going to be a wet finish to the race as Frobo's having a shocker. He's down in 4th. He's all over the shop. I think Jonesy has made the best strategic call in Noob Journey history if he can hold this together.
Yeah, I think he has. Weirdly, I can't see any rain on my screen, so I think I'm sort of glitched out here, unfortunately. Because
great game, Co-Masters.
I can't see anything on my screen at all. So I'll make sure you're on your view.
December is on Inters. December, play the sirens. Play them.
I will.
He's coming out. See, I promised that in Bahrain. I never did it. I thought about it. I never did it. So I'm going to make you do it.
You did do it. You did put it in the video. Yeah,
did I? Ah.
So, surprising yourself here, Rixon. Yeah.
The Rudsters has taken the lead. He's staying out again. Corsa's now up into 2nd. But it is very wet. They're really struggling. I think the rest of the runners. Frobo stays out as well. He's having a shocker.
Oh, I can see rain now. I can see rain. It's worked on my screen now. Finally got rain.
Factual Impala is closing down Jonesy on super soft tyres. Jonesy is not very confident on those inters as Factual puts it up the inside of the intermediate runner on the dry tyres. What is going on? Factual Impala takes 5th place off Jonesy and stays out for another lap.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible.
This game is very broken, or Factual Impala is the best dry tyres wet track driver I've ever seen.
Put him in AOR. Put him in AOR tier 1. That's what we need to do. Simple with the leaders.
Imagine.
Rudsters is struggling a lot. He went very deep into... and again, he's going deep in Sector 2. Corsa could be in the lead on the next couple of bends. If he Corsa bends it.
Yeah, so
sorry.
I said that Unzi put inters on. He actually put super softs on. He's back out again for another lap. I'm really confused what this weather's doing because the guys on the inters are struggling. more than the guys on the dries. But on my screen, it's soaking wet. It's intermediate weather. I'm not sure what's going on. Very, very confusing.
Yeah.
We're looking down the back of the grid. Charlie's in the pits and he's got a stop go, but that's just finished. He's still ahead of December, but not for long. Okay. The leader is in. Rudsters is in the pits.
There's a Lewis Hamilton there, bins it. If only there was a gravel trap there.
Followed by Corsa, who does it as well. And
Corsa's
loses his front
reversing.
wing in the process.
Have you got a lot of lag on your screen, Rixon?
Here comes Unzi. Here comes Unzi. Oh, it's a bit late. He didn't make it in time. Welcome to F1 watching with me, Rixon. Today, we have a wild, dry tyre, some nerd on a wet track in a gravel trap. Very, very rare species of F1 car. Usually found in very humid and dry conditions. Sometimes they venture out onto the wet, and it always ends in fuckery. There you go. There's a nice little section. As he's in the snail section. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's guaranteed points regardless. So he may as well give us some donuts to boost our ratings. Who said that?
Who said that? Frobo Binder. I didn't want to interrupt your F1 watching, but Frobo binned it in Sector 2. So Rogers is back in the lead here on the Inter tyres. Frobo is still on the soft tyres, I believe, but Rogers is just going on to lap number 11 now, and he's got how big of a lead he's got over Unzi? It's 11 seconds. So let's see if Unzi can close that gap on the Rogers. Frobo is down in fourth. He's binned it around the hairpin. Corsa is up in third now. Will Corsa get his first proper podium in the Noob Journey, Rixon? We'll have to wait and see. But where is December?
This race has just fallen apart for Frobo Jobo, who hasn't pitted as he comes in now. As I say that, he's in. So here we go. Can he redeem his race after leading pretty much from the start? He's just, I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he's ruined his race.
He has.
So fair play to him.
He bottled it massively. I think that's a Noob Journey mistake there. You know, these guys aren't the best sort of knowledge-wise on strategies, and that's what we try and teach them in this series, Rixon. Try and teach them how to use no assist and try to teach them some strategies. We aren't the best at it because, well, I'm in F5, so I'm not the best, as you can clearly see.
And I don't even lead race.
Exactly,
so.
But we try and do our best and try and help these guys develop and allow them to be able to league race. If you know the AOR tiers, we actually have one Noob Journey driver in every single tier this year, which is quite amazing to see from 3 series and we've managed to get someone in each tier. So it's fantastic to see, Rixon. But let's get back on board with the leader. Rudsters is still in first place. Has he gained? Actually, Unzi's cut the lead by a second. So he's got 3 laps to cut down 10 seconds. So we'll see if he can do that.
Come on, Unzi.
Corsa is back by another 4 seconds as he goes sideways in Sector 2. That's not ideal, Corsa. We've got Jonesy in 4th place, who's a bit further behind. Frobo down in 5th. Faction Pilot is in 6th, doing quite well. December down in 7th. He's had a nightmare of a race. That's been off 2 or 3 times in this race. Not ideal for the veteran. Charlie in 8th place. Some Nerd in 9th, and that's it. We've only got 9 runners. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of a no-show today, Rixon.
Yeah, I mean, season opener, you expect to have some people here, but we did have a very good turnout in our first attempt.
Just sort of a recap. Rogers is still in first, but Unzi's closed the gap down to 8 seconds now. With 2 laps to go, could he do it? Rogers has been going wide on turn 1 quite a few times. But what I want to know, guys, who are you supporting this series? Let us know in the comments below. Are you supporting a team or is it a specific driver? But let us know below. And shout out to everybody who's commenting and liking the videos, because it's great to see the support for this series. So, will Rogers bottle it round turn 1? Does he do it? He think he does, actually. Yeah, he does do it this time, which is, he didn't do a teak from season 1 and bottle it over 4 or 5 times on turn 1, so that's nice to see. How is Unzi doing on turn 1? He also does it well, and it's now down to 5 seconds, Rixon. Jeez.
We're gonna see a scrap.
I hope so.
There's gonna be an absolute dogfight for the lead on the last lap.
We'd love to see a little scrap at the end, and Rogers goes wide around turn 3 as well. So Unzi's really catching him at a quick pace now. Causa still in third, like I said. I'm sure he's very happy to get some points on the board. Like we said earlier, he did get a podium in pre-season, and he's actually going to get a real podium. So, not something we never thought we'd see in the Noob Journey, Causa getting a podium, Rixon. But it's sort of nice, a little bit.
Yeah, he's actually doing relatively well. It's a little bit surprising because he doesn't really play this game much, from what I know. And for him to be on the podium shows how capable the league is this season. As Causa, he's been here since season 1, pre-season. You expect him to at least, be doing something by season 3. Unzi's got the gap down to 3 seconds, Chook. It's gonna happen.
Please.
It could possibly happen.
Rogers, bottle it! Bottle it!
I'm praying.
There's a
Let me go in game chat.
There's a back marker, Rixon.
Hold
Charlie.
I'll be back in.
Here.
I'll be back in a sec. Rudsters.
So
bottle it.
could Charlie
Please. We need to see some racing.
We're going to get
I'll
bored
beg
with
you, bottle
Unzi
it.
here
Please.
as he comes into sector number 3. Charlie gets out of the way nicely, unfortunately. So I wanted to. I thought Charlie might bottle it for the Rudsters. As the Rudsters has gone wide, actually. Excuse me, I'm dying here. But Rudsters went wide.
He can't contain himself.
No, it's so close. I just can't do it. I think it's down to 3 seconds. Unfortunately, there's no DRS here in the rain. But the Rudsters hasn't got the slipstream. Unzi will have the slipstream on Charlie, but I think he's just about ahead just enough to win this race. Unfortunately, as he's still 3 seconds. Unfortunately, but a good win for the Rudsters. I think well deserved. He almost bottled at the end, but he comes across the line to win the first race of Season 3 of the Noob Journey. Congratulations to him. Unzi in second place, and Causa will get his first podium, Rixon. If he doesn't bottle him on the final 2 bends, I'm going to presume he doesn't. But
I mean, as much as I'm happy he's on the podium, I hate seeing him do well.
Yeah, I sort of agree with you there. But a good haul of points for the Renault team, as Charlie will get. I think that's 8. Oh, he got disqualified. I'm not sure. Oh
no! I think that's another glitch. I mean, let me check the race director, but we'll see.
We'll see.
So Gods Among Us got done for reversing off the start line. Unzi got 3 seconds, and then it gives me no explanation to why Causa got disqualified. We will clarify that at the end, but I think that's a little bit weird. He didn't do anything out of the ordinary that would get him DQ'd. As Frobo comes across the line now, that's a bottle job if I've ever seen one, cheat from Frobo.
Yeah, I predicted him to win. Maybe the commentator's curse, Rixon. That's probably what it was. And not been good for Frobo today. Hopefully he can come back stronger next week in the Noob Journey. People are getting disqualified all over the place, so we'll have to talk to the guys in the chat just to clarify the order. Sema comes over the line in a 5th place as we get the results on screen now as it loads. It'll probably take ages because it's a rubbish game. It's a lovely black screen in front of us. Any day now. Any day. So here we are on the podium. And there's a Sauber on the podium, which is very unlikely and unrealistic, because that can't be a real thing, because Sauber are awful. So
there's also a Williams as well. Yes. That's quite unrealistic.
Yeah, but there should be a Renault up there instead of that Williams on screen. So, like we said, Causa did get 3rd, I think, unless Causa got some sort of tyre glitch that he was meant to be on the right tyre or whatever. But we'll sort it afterwards. But here is the final grid, and we've got Rudsters winning it, Unzi in 2nd, Causa will be 3rd, Jonesy in 4th, Frobo 5th, I believe Factual is in 6th, Semba 6th, Charlie 7th, and I think that's it then. We didn't have many drivers finishing, did we, Rixon? So
No, we had 9.
And some nerd.
Causa finished 3rd, and then everyone else moves down. By the sound of
Yeah,
it.
I think some nerd also finished. So, yeah, apologies about that, guys. We can't do anything about it. It's a crap game, and we can't do anything about it. But well, it was a good race, though, Rixon. I thoroughly enjoyed the first race of the season.
Yeah, it was great. It's a shame the game's broken, but the battles were very, very good. I had a great time. It's good to be back.
Yes, exactly. It's good to be back on the Noob journey. So yeah, guys, that rounds off for today's race. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to myself below. Subscribe to Rixon, who will be in the comments, and Jamie, of course. Thank you for him for helping us out in the qualifying report. And we will see you next week for round number 2. Good night.